What can you teach the rest of us here within one comment? 20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at an object 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Helps with eye strain, gets you blinking, can release some tension being held in your neck shoulders, and good at reminding you how long you've been sitting in front of a screen. If you're traveling after midnight and need a hotel, call the hotel in person to look for a room instead of attempting to book through an app or website. Too often apps and websites will automatically book you for the following night instead of the night you want because of the midnight day change. When taking a photograph of someone, do it at their eye level, not yours. Crouch for your dog, bend down for your elderly grandmother. Unless you're trying to show how insignificant someone is, eye level or body level is better than peering down at them. Pay very close attention to the neck, head, and jaw line of women and men. Get them to stretch their neck if they have a double chin in the photo, or change the angle, maybe a bit above. Look at all the little things your subject knows what they're insecure about. Try and find it and de-emphasize it. Make what's great about them beautiful. Learn how to be husband and wife before mom and dad. In a relationship, never hide how you feel. Even if it's petty. Edit. To clarify, I mean if something makes you uncomfortable, you should say something. I learned this the hard way. For example, if your partner wants to do NSFW things and you don't want to, or you're not ready, you should express that. Don't wait to tell someone how you feel. We are never promised tomorrow. You never know, it may save their life. If my mill draws out your name and says it in a sing-song voice, don't answer. It's a trap and she wants you to do something for her. Be excellent to each other. Not anything deep or meaningful. Just that Alaska is so big that if it was split in half into 2 states, Texas would be the 3rd largest state. How to make an omelette for people like me who can't cook. 2 eggs, splash of water, salt, pepper, cheese, veggies, meat of choice. Heat prior if adding meat. Mix eggs, water, salt and pepper until it gets a very light yellow color. Melt butter in pan. Evenly coat and make sure to get on sides. Pour egg mix in pan. Try to get it evenly across pan as it begins to solidify. Ajia good is on one side, flip empty side onto good as side. Bone apple tit. Think about someone whose attitude you're jealous of, then react to situations like they would. Don't pile grass clippings around trees. Definitely don't let it sit up against the tree if you do. Same rule for mulch too. Pull it a couple of inches away from the trunk. It's really bad for trees and will kill them eventually. Why? As the grass breaks down it creates an acidic environment which can burn the tree, which will fuck it over time. It also encourages shallow rooting which makes trees less stable in strong winds. Being angry at someone is liking drinking poison and hoping it affects them. Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Theodore Roosevelt. This one sentence can change your life. You can't begin the next chapter in your life if you keep reading the last. The bad news is time flies, the good news is you're the pilot. Stop worrying about what other people think of you. Sure, you are going to care to a certain extent what your closest family and friends think of you, but why oh why would you give a crap what random people and strangers are thinking of you or staring at you or whatever? Love is never in vain. At every company you will ever work at, HR is not there to protect you. It's there to protect the company. At 10% April, money doubles about every 7 years. From age 18 to age 67, which is retirement age in the US right now, is 49 years, or 7 doublings. Every dollar you put into investments at 18 becomes $128. If you wait until you're 32, that drops down to $32 per dollar invested. At the current minimum wage in the US, if you worked about 1,100 hours between your 16th and 18th birthday, then invested that money into a mutual fund on your 18th birthday, you would have $1 million on your 67th birthday, assuming 10% ROI, which is equivalent of being paid more than $900 hour for those 1,100 hours worked. Invest early. You are precious and loved. If by nobody else, then me. I love you, random stranger, and I think you are precious. Venice is actually Venezia. Growing a beard doesn't make you more of man. Watch out where the huskies go, and don't you eat the yellow snow. I love all of you. There is an old Roman proverb that people often quote, carpe diem, meaning seize the day. More often than not, we fail to act due to lack of confidence or courage. This hesitation keeps us from moving forward and puts us in a cage of wondering what might have been. Whenever you feel it's time to act, take action. No matter the outcome, you will end up smarter than before. If the person you're dating doesn't accept you for who you are and tries to change you, you're probably better off without them. Pressing your tongue to the top of your mouth makes a brain freeze go away faster. Live life the way you want to. Don't wait until you are 70+ years old to realize how others judge you means nothing. That paralysis is self-imposed. Break the chains that aren't even there and seek your happiness. Abe Lincoln invented the Shakeslam. Life is completely insane. It is a rotating shit-slinging circus. When happiness is smacking you in the face, don't be too distracted to notice. And when the real shit hits the fan, try your best to not to get covered. Should you be covered in life's bullshit, remember to shake it off and don't get dragged down. I don't have much, but here's a recipe for chocolate chip cookies. 1 cup room temp salted butter, 1 cup packed brown sugar, 1/2 cup white sugar, 2 eggs, 1 tablespoon vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon salt, 2 cups flour, 2 cups chocolate chips or however many you feel like adding. Preheat oven to 350. Cookies are better if the dough is chilled. Once the oven is preheated, bake for 9-12 minutes or until golden brown around the edges. Use tin foil to line your cookie sheet. Chill the fuck out about stuff. Freaking out doesn't help solve problems. You can sneak into an elementary school for a little while if you can pretend to be a teaching assistant confidently enough. 42. Don't expect anything from anyone. That way you won't be disappointed from bad things and will be glad for the good things. There are more than 40,000 varieties of beans in the world. Nothing lasts forever. So let go a bad situation and enjoy a good situation. Travel is expensive, yes, but it's the only way to really get perspective on the world. When wearing a new bra, put it on the last set of hooks. When the bra stretches out with time, you can tighten it by moving to the next set of hooks. If you see tech, tools, options, etc. that you can't figure out why anyone would use, remember, some disabled person somewhere uses it to its full potential. Cut the bell pepper once and use your hands to rip the top, stems and seeds. You do not deserve anything. We live like gods compared to the pharaohs of Egypt. Nuff said. Nothing you do today will matter as 50 years, 100 years or 1000 years. Do whatever the fuck you want. Don't die by breathing and blinking. Our salsa snobs will hone your salsa and guacamole making skills. One word, Thunder Cow Garfalcon Bird. If someone wants to visit, but you are in the mood for company, tell them, instead of macking something up. To make a Pythagorean triple, take an odd number and square it. Cut that number in half and round up down. There's your triple. 32 equals 9. 9 stroke 2 equals 4.5. 3, 4, 5 is a triple. 72 equals 49. 49 stroke 2 equals 24.5. 7, 24, 25 is a triple. Every friend, so far, that I have had has left me, except one, my wife. I have had her for 49 years. I hope I do not have to explain this. Foaming hand soap dispensers can be refilled with one solution of regular liquid soap and water. Never lie, betray yourself just to keep a relationship. 3S survival rule. You can survive 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 hours without a proper body temperature, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. Note, these are general limits and specific limits depend on your health and body type. Be grateful. Lots of people would kill to have half the things you have, physical and or emotional. You are what you eat. Do what you must do, then do what you want to do. Worf. Correlation does not imply causation. If you have a crush on someone, just go and tell before it is too late. Don't worry if the person will reject you. At least you will have closure. If you have issues with public speaking, just pretend to be confident and you will be. Most of the statistics you read are bullshit, interpreted incorrectly, extremely misleading. Failure. Poop brown. Blood may be thicker than water, but without water your blood wouldn't flow. Don't sweat the petty stuff. And only pet the sweaty stuff. I just wanted to say what an awesome question this. Thanks for upgrading the game. Bananas are berries. If you have braces, dear God, please carry a packet of toothpicks with you. I've been doing this, and oh boy it helps. Good, bad or ugly, deal with your issues straightforward. If you can't be happy with yourself alone, how do you expect to be happy with someone else? Also, if you weren't happy with yourself, how do you expect someone else to be happy with you? Self-love is important. Fight for what's right, even if it's not the majority opinion. No is a complete sentence. You do not have to explain your reasoning if you don't want to. To my fellow men, it's okay to be emotional. You are no less a man for feeling what every person does. When you're a kid, they tell you it's all grow up, get a job, get married, get a house, have a kid, and that's it. But the truth is, the world is so much stranger than that. It's so much darker. And so much madder. And so much better. Pan equals god of the wild. Gar equals goddess of earth. Pangaea equals wild earth. Yeah, life is meaningless, but death comes for us all eventually. Why not try to enjoy yourself in the meantime? There's no hurry to die, you'll get there without rushing. War never changes. Tell your loved ones you love them, they need to hear it. Friends are one of the greatest blessings of all. They give a shoulder to cry on, a voice to laugh with, a life to share. Always be kind and caring to them, because they pour their whole life to you. PLZ comment if you can. I love seeing others' thoughts about what I think. Life is like a brick road. If you don't let go of memory or person, you'll be stuck forever. Each brick represents a memory, person that has come into your life. If you don't lay it down, your road won't be complete. It's better to keep a good pace than to take breaks and try to catch up afterwards. Plant trees that you know you'll never sit in the shade of. The truth may hurt for a little while, but a lie hurts forever. You think negative, you only look for negatives. You think positive, all you see is positives and they quickly outweigh the negatives. A small, innocent vice now, can be a life-altering addiction later. My username is Goldbreaker83. Now you know that all religions will teach you one thing, and that one thing will change your mind about what religion actually is. Don't be an asshole to people unless you absolutely have to, and if you have to, they are not worth your time. Instead, spread love and find joy in helping others without stepping on their free will. Your needs are most important. Being patient is worth it no matter how old you are, you can learn. 10 rule when I'm out doing shit. Assign $10 to each transaction that you make, for example buying coffee, bus fare, fast food etc, so that you don't overspend in your day to day. With this rule I can make a full day out only set me back 40-50. If your throat itches when you eat certain fruits or veggies, you might have oral allergy syndrome. Hooray! For extra fun, it gets worse as you get older and amp. The fruits veggies you react to can expand into a horrifying list. Those who strike fear into others are themselves constantly on fear, so treat people who make you afraid with respect and know that they are dealing with some issues. I have friends in holy spaces. If you have eczema, rashes, itchy skin, hives, redness, look for the ingredient silica. It's found in Vanicream products. Use the cleanser first and apply the cream. Itch will go away. Very good for babies. Silica is an awesome ingredient. If someone says that they hurt you or keeps bringing up something from the past, they're upset about it and you need to deal with it. Do not be passive over someone else's problems and emotions, or your own. My 1-year-old nephew taught me this. If you eat the center of a piece of bread first, you can get the most peanut butter. To stop saying UMMUHH so much, take a quick second or longer before applying or stating a thought. In the end of the Fast and the Furious, Dominic's 1970 Dodge Charger would have beat Brian's 1994 Toyota Supra by 1 second. This is because the Charger had 900 HP, was striped down to the bare essentials and had a top speed of somewhere in the 190s, whereas the Supra had 544 HP, had all the unrealistic entertainment equipment, including an original PlayStation, that most cars in the movie had, and only had a top speed of 185 miles per hour, plus the fact of 10-second drag being a limit for the Supra's 2JZ GTE engine, even when the car was striped down.